The endgame is a very important part of chess. It's that stage of a chess game where there are very few pieces on the board and the power of each piece has to be used perfectly. Let's have a look at this position. As you can see, white is ahead by one pawn. He has 3 pawns on the king side, black has 3 on the king side, white has 2 versus 1 on the queen side. So white should be winning this position, right? Yes, it is a winning position if you play this perfectly. If you know how to use your endgame principles, you can win this game. But many players, when they look at this position, will have this tendency to start pushing pawns. I mean, it's natural, right? You just want to push the pawns and promote one of them. That seems like a good way to start. But let's see what happens if they do that. King comes here. If white plays another pawn move, king comes one more step. And this position is lost. White simply has no way to hold or win this position. From a winning position, after 2 moves, white has got a lost position because whatever white does, black is just going to come here and pick up both the pawns. So, what is it that white did that a position changed from winning to losing in a matter of just 2 moves? His mistake was he did not use his main piece. In any endgame, the king is a very important piece. In the opening, you don't want your king to be in the center. You want it to be tucked away as fast away as possible. In the middle game, you want it to stay in the corner in his castle. But in the end game, you want your king to come out and be used as a piece. But in this position, we moved our pawns. So black used his king and won the game. So in this position, we just need to follow 3 simple steps to win this. First, get your king to a very active position. Right now, we can start pushing the king to f1. Black will do the same. White will do the same. Black will do the same. White will do the same. Black will do the same. And then king c3. We cannot get the king to any more active position. So we'll leave it there. First step is done. Now, second step is you need to create a passed pawn somehow. So something like a3 or a4 and b4. And then push the pawns further up and create a passed pawn. A passed pawn is a pawn that is not blocked by any pawn on the same file or on the adjacent files. So imagine in this position, black plays a5 to stop you from playing b4. All right. So what can we do in such situations? We can just play pawn a3. Now, whatever black plays, if he plays king b5, you can just play b4. And after pawn takes, you now have a pass pawn. A pawn that is not blocked by any pawns on the same line, same file, or adjacent files. So this is the second step. Once you have this pass pawn, third step might sound really ironic. Third step is give away this pawn and come pick up the pawns on this side. By the time black picks up this pawn, you would have picked up more of black's pieces, black's pawns. But before doing that, you just need to fix this side. Fix as in block the pawn so that they cannot move. Otherwise, when the king starts running and coming and trying to pick the pawns up, the pawns will start running. We don't want that. So in this position, after white has taken, let's say black plays something like f5. You can play something like f4. Let's say black moves his king back. We'll get our king up. Let's say black plays this. Now don't try to promote this pawn and win. The black king will always be in front of the pawn and he will only end up giving a stalemate if you try to do that. So instead of that, the easiest way to win is, let's say black played this, right? Now I can just push h4. Let's say black plays h5. You play g3. Black plays g6. So this side is fixed now. There is no more action that's possible on the king side now. Let's say black, now it is white's turn. White has just played g3. So black will play black has played move. Let's say we push the pawn one more step. King goes here. We move here. He goes back. We come here. He comes to c7. And now we can just give this pawn away. We start running with our king to the king side to pick up the pawns. And by the time he takes your pawn, you would have already taken 2 of his pawns because you're 2 tempo up. And by the time he comes here, you move here. And if he comes here, you don't even have to take this pawn. You can just start pushing your pawn, get a brand new queen, and win the game. So if I were to repeat the 3 steps, first step is get your king to an active position. Second, create a pass pawn. And third, leave that pass pawn and come pick up the pawns on the other side of the position. These 3 steps are needed to win a basic endgame like this. And remember, in any endgame, your king is a very important piece. And second, play an endgame with patience. Never be in a hurry to make moves. Never be in a hurry to make things happen. You can take your time on the board and on the clock to win an endgame.